it's your girl Barbara. Welcome to another video. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and thank you so much for clicking play. Now, I'm supposed to do 2 other videos, but y'all, I skipped. I'm gonna let y'all know I make a list for everything, y'all. So, according to my list, I'm supposed to be doing another girl talk and a inbox chronicle. But I thought that I would go ahead and skip to the story time since y'all seem to really like the story times. I'm gonna get to them another day. But anyway, the name of this story time is called I Met an Angel. And this is not something to get clickbait or nothing like this. It's a real true story. This really happened to me when I was 20 years old. Okay, so I'm gonna take you back. And during this time, I had just found out I was pregnant. I was terrified because I thought that in my mind, I know kids are having babies 13, 14, 15 now, and that's a normal thing due to different situations, or they just want to have them. But in my mind, I was a college student. I had my own place. I was grown. As some people would say, in my mind, I felt like I was not grown. I felt like I was a child living out in a college world, and I just didn't feel like I was ready to have a baby. At the time, the father of the child had moved back to his hometown, which was Connecticut. I'm in North Carolina. So I was by myself, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I had to make this big decision. Do I really want this child or do I not? And so I came up with the idea, I ain't gonna be able to do it. So what's that 1-800 number? And this is a trigger warning. If abortion is something that you don't want to talk about, hear about, whatever, I would advise you to keep listening because it don't happen. But if not, if this is a trigger for you and you don't want to, this is your time to out now. But this is what this story is about. So I was terrified. I remember being like going through, how can I be somebody's mother and I still feel like a child? Who finna listen to me? I'm a baby. I'm 20 years old. I just thought it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was terrified. I went through all these thoughts. Like, I don't think I can do it. Yes, you can. You a beast. You can do everything. And I just went through all of these emotions. And then, once you express your concerns, and y'all, let me tell y'all, I did the most stupidest thing. First of all, I never been a tech type kid. Okay. I never one of the ones that, if everybody was on one app this year, it took me 6 years to get to that app and be like, oh, this is popping. Like, So at this time, Facebook was just starting, and I didn't know that the difference between inbox talking and on your wall talking. No, that was MySpace. I can't remember. It's one of them. Either way, I thought I was talking to somebody in a message about my decision about what I'm going to do in my situation. But I was on, if you imagine Facebook, I was on my page talking to somebody about, yeah, I'm a kid, that baby. Like, I'm not finna do that. Who finna be a mama? And it went viral. And I didn't know what viral meant, but I woke up in the next morning and I had over 1,000 comments. Baby's life matter. Don't you a monster for saying these ugly things? You should not never been tooting it up. And they were coming at me, and I'm thinking, like, how many people see our messages? We just talking together. They was like, you got this on your page. I'm like, on my page? See, I didn't know how to work it, and I was up there working my mouth just saying craziness. And so when I seen that the world could see, I'm like, oh God, how you delete it? And so things won't as easy as it is now to figure out. You had to go read some directions. It just didn't tell you click here and there. You had to figure it out. So it took us a whole 2 days to take it down. And then everybody my mama knew had saw it. I don't think my mother saw it, but when I say everybody, my mom, I mean everybody I knew. You know what I'm saying? I don't think my mama saw this. And if she did, I don't think she remembered because she didn't know I was pregnant. She didn't know nothing at this time. So I remember we told her how we told her. That's a whole nother other story. But we told her how we told her. And then I remember her talking to me about the different options that I had. And, I weighed them. You know what I'm saying? And I think the best advice that I ever got was from my youngest sister. And she told me these exact words. If you're going to keep your child, prepare your mind to do it by yourself. If your child father is there, that's great. but prepare your mind to do it by yourself. And if your brain, you know you can do it by yourself with no help, then do it, because you are going to be able to do. You got every tool in you to do it. Your mama that did it, her mama did it, then they keep going. They done it. You know, they didn't have all the resources that we have, and you know, they made it work. So if you can prepare your mind that, hey, you gonna do it, then do it. If not, don't do it. So that kind of stuck with me, but I still was scared. I was terrified. I was just like, I couldn't sleep at night. I was like, oh my God. Me carrying a baby bed. Like I was just, if y'all could have seen me, I was just a spoiled brat. I was never supposed to be a mother, y'all. And I'm just telling, I make a great mother, but I was supposed to be the rich auntie forever. The rich auntie forever. Like, yeah, bring them babies over. You gonna be here by 3:00 because I got some plan. Like that's who I was supposed to be in my mind. But anyway, I enjoy motherhood. But at the time I was scared. I was 20 years old and I was scared. I didn't know what to do. So finally I just made a phone call and I called the abortion clinic. It was in Raleigh, North Carolina. They gave me a lot of information. I was going to the doctor, and they were telling me my different options. They gave me the information to call, and I told them, I don't think I'm going to do this. So they gave me the information. I called them. I set an appointment, and one of my good friends, we're going to call him Bruce. One of my good friends, he was just a dude that hung with all the girls who were never sexually active. It was not like that. He was really my friend. Okay, he was really my friend. No benefits but conversation. And he was like, well, if you, because I didn't drive at this time, and he said basically, if you need me to take you, I'll take you. You know what I mean? And he did. He drove me to Raleigh, and Raleigh from where I was at was about an hour and a half. So he drove me to Raleigh, and he was like, do you need me to come in and this, that, and the third? And I was like, no, I just need you to wait for me. And I was like, I don't know how long this take. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how long. He said, look, if it take 2 nights, I'm going to sit out. He was a real friend, y'all. Like, Bruce was a real friend. Okay, shout out to Bruce. You know what I mean? You know your real name. But he took me. He even was taking me to my appointments. You know what I'm saying? Because he felt as though that, you know, the father was supposed to be there. And it was very important to him to be a friend, you know. And he was like, this is a very important life, you know, changing things. So you need to really think about. And I told him I ain't gonna be able to do this. So we went, he dropped me off. I told him, you know what I'm saying, you can just wait for me outside, because they said that you can't come in the back with me because that just was their policy. So I remember getting there, and y'all, when we pull up, them people was out there with them signs talking, you know, doing all this stuff. Don't kill your baby. Don't kill your baby. Don't kill your baby. Don't kill your baby. And they were saying all type of, it had baby killer there. So if you really didn't feel bad, as soon as you pulled up, you like, thank you. I feel great now. I feel great. And then they had some people out there with a microphone. Don't kill your baby. You need to keep out. You need to keep your baby. And I'm thinking like, if it's not a hard enough decision, you don't know why these people pulled up. Their daddy could have did something to them. Their uncle, somebody in the family could have touched them too long. You never know why somebody, and then you're making them feel bad about this decision. Like, so I think that people should mind their business when it comes to stuff like that, okay? Because why do you care? That's how I be thinking. Like, why do you care? You know what I'm saying? Because if they had a baby and then it's just so many things. If they have the baby and then they're not mentally ready for the baby, then the baby is going to suffer in the long run. Most people say, go get a boy. Not abortion. Most people say, go give your baby up for adoption. Do you know how many babies are in the system that does not have a home? Nobody cares for them. They have the worst life in the world. But do what you want to do. Okay? Do what you want to do. If you would ask me today, I'll say have the baby if you prepare for it. But I will also say, I know that certain situations that, I don't know, you're going to have to be a strong Christian to raise that child. Because certain situations, I just wouldn't want the baby here. But, hey, to each his own. I know some people might comment, all life matter. And they do. It do. I agree with you. But I just feel like sometimes that's just a tough situation. But for me, I decided I didn't want to do it. I quit. So Or I thought it did. So basically, I went to fill out the paperwork because you had to fill out the paperwork, and I'll fill out the paperwork. I paid for it, and I paid for it, and I gave them the money. This and third. I get up there, they ask you a couple of times if you're sure, is you sure, is you sure, is you sure, is you sure. They ask you sure 1,000 times. Probably about 6, but to me it felt like 1,000. And I'm like, yes, I'm sure. Okay, don't ask me no more. I want to do this. So I was sitting in the waiting room, and I noticed that there were couples that were in the waiting room. There were some people that was by themselves. It's about 8 people in the waiting room. And then this older lady, she was African American. She looks like she was Indian and African American mix. She really looked like multiple races. It's hard to explain. And she had white, pure hair. Like if you ever seen somebody with just white hair, she just appeared. I didn't see her come in. I literally had my head down, filling out some paperwork, and I was filling out the paperwork, and then I felt a presence, and I looked up, and she just was an older lady with white hair, and she asked me, because there was chairs beside me. There was chairs on both sides of me. She asked me, was somebody sitting beside me? And I told her, no, ma'am, She was like, can I sit beside you? And she was a very pretty old lady. You know what I mean? If I was an old lady, I would want her hair. Her hair was everything to me. It was just white, y'all. Like, you can picture like snow white hair. That's how it was. And she had like one streak of gray hair in her head. And I just thinking like, she is so pretty. She's a pretty old lady. But what is she doing here? That's what I was thinking. So she sat beside me, and I thought, I'm going to fill out my work. She won't say nothing to me. I won't say nothing to her because I don't know her. And y'all see where we at? You see? And I'm thinking like, who getting an abortion? Because I know grandma ain't getting no abortion. What's going on? The world is different, but you don't look like you made no kids no more. So she asked me, why are you here? I'm looking around like, maybe she got them Alzheimer's because she don't know where she at. I said, ma'am, this is an abortion clinic. She said, but why are you here? And I'll tell you a story of why I'm here. She said that she was here because her brother decided to have sex with his niece. That's what she said. She was here. But she said that her niece had decided to keep her baby. And I'm still lost because, again, if she kept the baby, what you doing? She said that her niece was in the bathroom and they were about to leave. And I said, okay. So she asked me again. And her voice was so calming. It made you want to talk to her. She was like, why are you here? I'm like, well, I'm finna tell this woman all my business. And I told her because I'm scared. I'm scared to be a mother. I don't know what to do. I'm young. I don't have no help. The daddy is in Connecticut. I'm down here. I ain't never done this before. My mama is not going to agree with me, and I'm not going to have no help, okay? So I'm scared. She was like, don't you know that God provides everything that you need? And he never puts on you no more than you had. I said, it sounds good, but it ain't going to help me rock that baby at night, and it definitely ain't going to help me change those diapers. She said, but he'll be with you. And then check this out now. I'm going to disclose something, y'all. She said, my name, y'all. My real name. And I'm thinking she looking on my paperwork. Y'all like, I'm checking my paper like, how she know my name? She said my whole name. And I didn't put my whole name up there. So I knew that something was going on. So I looked up, y'all. I looked up from not because I wasn't really looking, and I was just kind of talking to her from the side a little bit and just turning away because I was really ashamed about being there. But at the same time, I was trying to respect her because she was an older lady. And I looked at her, and I finally really looked at her, and she said, listen, that child that you have in your belly, he is special and he's supposed to be here. I'm thinking like, the doctor don't even know what it is. Why do you keep calling him he? Why do you keep calling him he? He's supposed to be here. If he was not supposed to be here, he would never be made. You would have lost him months ago. Because you was supposed to lose him months ago. And I'm thinking like, months ago, I ain't that pregnant, girl. I ain't that pregnant. Now I'm at the deadline, but I ain't that pregnant. But she told me, And I said, okay. She said, God will be with you. Do not be afraid. And then I was like, but how you? And then I promise you, I looked down at my phone. I was on Facebook checking it. I figured out how to delete the post. I deleted the post. As soon as I looked up, because she said, do not be afraid. God is with you. That scared me so much because when I looked back up, she was gone, y'all. I didn't see her niece come out the bathroom, and that scared me. So I went and checked the bathroom. Imagine somebody sitting close to you. I'm talking about this close to you. The chairs were like side by side, like they sit this close to you. They're talking to you. Y'all having a conversation. You kind of look at them, you look away. You kind of look at them, you look away, and they tell you something this impactful, and then 2 seconds later they disappear. This woman never got up. You gonna feel somebody get up. Most people gonna end a conversation and say, "Have a good day" or "Nice talking to you." She left, y'all. Vanished. Poof. Boom. It won't no poof, and she was gone. She wasn't there anymore in the chair. So this is what really scared me. What really scared me is that I went to go talk to them because I'm looking in the bathroom. There was no niece there. I look outside. I don't see her getting in the car because I'm thinking the older she is, she ain't gonna walk that fast. Didn't never see nobody. I go back outside and I asked Bruce, I said, did you see this white lady with some, not white, did you see this lady with some white hair that was kind of mixed looking, kind of looked like she could be Indian or black or both of them? It's like, I ain't seen nobody walk out the building, and I've been looking to see if you were okay or whatever, because you ain't answered my text messages. I'm like, so you ain't seen nobody come out here? He was like, no. So I go back to the front, and I'm thinking, I'm walking. I was like, oh, I just remember what she said. I just kept saying, remember what she said. And I remember the lady said, hey, did you want to turn your paperwork in? And I was like, well, I need to use the bathroom. I had this urge to go to the bathroom. And I remember when I went to the bathroom, her words just kept repeating back in my head. And I remember just crying, y'all. Like tears came from nowhere, because in my mind, I had already made my decision. This is something I could not do. And I just felt like a presence that just came over me, y'all. And I remember just being in that bathroom, just breaking down in tears, because I'm like, I know it ain't no angel. You sent to talk to. And I was annoying her. I could have asked her some real questions. Like, because I knew that the presence I felt and how I felt, I just felt like, yeah, I'm not supposed to be here. And I made a decision in that bathroom. I'm going to keep my baby. And my baby is 14 years old. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. Yeah, he get on my last nerve sometimes. Yeah, I want. But he grew me up in so many ways. He taught me what love was, how somebody can purely just love you. And he's been a blessing to my life ever since. And I'm so glad that I listened to that angel. And I'm so bad at myself that I didn't recognize, because I was so far in the world, didn't recognize I was talking to one. But it was real, y'all. And it was crazy. And I was just like telling. And the craziest thing about this story is that when I went back to the front, I told them, I said, hey, did you see the woman sitting beside me? Because my friend already told me he didn't see her. So I'm like, did you see a woman sitting beside me? She was like, yeah, you were sitting there talking to yourself. We thought that you had some stuff going on with you, know what I'm saying? We want to get a counselor to talk to you because you were having a full conversation with yourself. Oh, I was on the phone. That's what I told her. I was on the phone. Yeah, I had it, the earpiece, because they didn't see it. So I'm like, and they showed me on the camera, y'all. I was talking about hell. Won't nobody sit beside me. I promise y'all saw her. She was there, y'all. And I was like, oh my goodness. So yes, that was me talking to an angelic being. I talked to her for maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and she poofed and she was gone. And I'm so happy that she came and interviewed and saved my son's life. But anyway, that's the story tonight, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed. Be careful out there, because you never know who you're talking to. Anyway, see y'all on the next time. See y'all on the next story time. It's been nice. Y'all, it is Friday. Sunday is my birthday. Yay! I'm so excited. But anyway, that video is coming home, okay? Anyway, bye guys. See y'all on the next one. subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.